Let's continue with our paragraph writing strategy. So we've talked about the title and then the introduction. We talked a lot about in the last lesson the topic sentences. We're moving on now to the body of the paragraph, and that contains the detailed sentences. There's usually 3 or more sentences, and it's going to show the knowledge that the author has on this topic. All right, detailed sentences. They're going to form the body of the paragraph, just like we talked about. It discusses one of the details in the paragraph, and then it sometimes shows the relationship between the detail and the rest of the paragraph. And that's what we're going to go into now. So we've got the topic sentence in this box or circle. Then we're going to go on to the first detail. Now the first detail sentence will be in there, but there also most likely be other sentences that are related to that detail. Then we'll go on to the second detail. And again, there could be more sentences, but it for sure will just talk about the detail number 2. Then we'll go on to the detail number 3 here. And again, there's going to be some other sentences related to that detail, but it's all going to be about that third detail. Then there are going to be transition words in between the topic sentence and the first detail. Then there'll be a few more sentences, and then we'll have another transition word, and then go into those second details. Then there'll be a third transition word, and it'll go into those details. So what are transition words? They're going to do 2 things. First, they're going to signal the introduction of a new detail. Then they're going to show that relationship between the details and the rest of the paragraph. I have some examples here of transition words, but there are so many more that you can use. I just wanted to give you an idea of what a transition word is. So we have in comparison, first, next, in fact, also, last, most importantly, and as a result. Again, that's just a few of them to give you an idea of what a transition word is. So let's look at an example of a paragraph. We've got the topic sentence, which is, turtles could not survive without their marvelous shells. Then I'm going to read you all the detailed sentences. Most importantly, turtles, and also I'd like you to look for those transition words. See if you can get them before we go back and look at them. Most importantly, turtles' shells serve as the base for the skeletons. Their backbones and ribs are attached to the flat, bony plates of their bodies. Somewhat importantly, turtles' shells serve as their portable homes. Turtles can live anywhere because they carry their homes with them. This is important for the turtles since they move so slowly. Finally, turtles' shells are important because the shells protect turtles from the enemies. Turtles who are in danger can pull their heads and legs into their hard shells to protect themselves from animals who might try to eat them. Okay, so this sentence, or this paragraph follows this. It has a topic sentence, and then it has 3 detailed parts, and they're connected by the transition words. So let's look at those transition words. The first one I see is most importantly, and then it gives you something about that first detail. So then I'm going to look for the next transition word, which is here, somewhat importantly. And then it's going to give you a little bit about detail number 2. Then I'm going to look for the next transition word, which is finally, and then it's going to go into the third detail. And I can also, this might be helpful to do a little return. So again, here's the transition word and the information about the first detail. And then again, it's more information on that first detail. And I can do that here as well. You can see the three details.